it, Bert!
We're gonna make some lumpia today, vegetable lumpia. Alrighty folks, so just basic ingredients that we'll need for the vegetable lumpia. Get some cabbage, bean sprouts, just make sure it's much more fresh. The fresher the better. Some carrots, and let's look for some celery also. Hi everybody, it's time to get all our vegetables prepped, our cabbage, carrots, celery, and we have the bean sprouts that we just gotta wash up. Today I am using ground beef for the protein. As soon as I can get everything all cut up and prepped, we'll get on to the cooking. Now all the ingredients are ready to go. Alrighty folks, we're gonna get started with the cooking with all the vegetables and the beef, ground beef that we got all prepped up. So we're gonna start browning the ground beef. We're gonna go ahead and get the oil going on this hot skillet. And then we're gonna be cooking this down until brown. And this is, by the way, 2 pounds of beef. So this is gonna be a lot of lumpia. So while I was just browning up the meat, getting it all cooked up, I was keeping myself refreshed with some Sol cerveza, thanks to Cornhusker beverage. Something that I kind of make sure that I have is something to drink while I'm cooking. Keeps me entertained too. So while I have the meat all browned up already, I only actually have 3 simple ingredients. It's salt, pepper, and chicken bouillon. Chicken bouillon I always use last because that's what I'll use to kind of enhance the flavor. So a bit of pepper, salt while I'm still browning the meat so it can have its own flavor. And as soon as it's all cooked and ready to incorporate vegetables, we can do garlic, and we can do the onion. Get that going. And as soon as you notice onions start to cook through, then we can start working with the carrots and the celery at the same time. Get that half cooked before we even add the cabbage, and then finally the bean sprouts, because the bean sprouts is the easiest item that doesn't really require too much cooking. So if you guys notice you have onions already starting to cook down, then that's where we can start incorporating our carrots. Celery. So just let the skillet do its thing, cook the vegetables halfway through. So when we include the cabbage, They're all gonna cook in together. Alrighty, so if you guys want to see how far we are in, if you can get the carrot and it waves pretty much loosely, now you know you can put in your cabbage. So I got all this cabbage right here. This is the only nice thing about using a flat skillet, is because you have all this workspace. So if you're making a large amount of food, this is your best tool. Alrighty, so you got some of the cabbage. You got the cabbage cooked almost completely through. Now we can finally add our bean sprouts. And then finally the third ingredient. The chicken bouillon that I use. I usually prefer chicken bouillon because it's not as salty as the beef. But if you guys like beef, especially if you're not going to use salt, you can do the beef. Just do beef and pepper. So this is just going to add another flavor to it, just because now you won't have the vegetable and the vegetables are seasoned. So I'm just going to get this cooked all the way through, completely done. Then I'll go ahead and get this removed out of the skillet and just put it in a container just to cool it off. Alrighty guys, so it's time to wrap our lumpia together. So we have the filling that we let cool and strain whatever excess liquid came out of the cooking. I will be using the spring roll shells. I like using the square ones. When I show you guys the demonstration, you guys will be able to see why I use the square one opposed to the circles that they actually have out there too. So I have a few already up and going, so I can quickly fry them and have some fun with this final step, which is going to be eating. Ready? So let's grab our filling. Just line it up a little bit lower than the corners. Just add a little bit more. Put your two corners together. You can hold it down, pull the bottom, tuck, and you're able to roll. And then use your egg wash to seal the corner, the very last corner. And there you go. Easier to use than the round ones. This is why I prefer the square ones. Okay, so now we're just frying until golden brown and we are all done. Alrighty guys, we are at our final step, which is eating. I have my daughter Madison here. She is my taster. I got two sauces for here for her to try. One is a vinegar with garlic and another is a sweet chili sauce. So I have sweet and tangy. We both have our drinks. Again, thanks to Cornhusker Beverage for my refreshment, and she got herself some orange juice. So now we get to enjoy and have some good times with all this lumpia that we just made.
Oh. Cookie! it, Bert!